This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and ONeill Biscuits.
Election petition challenging the Maprik Open set to commence trial tomorrow in Wewak. Port Moresby General Hospital to implement its corporate plan in 2023. And over 200 million provincial budget for New Island province passed. A very good evening. You're watching National EMTV News. I'm Godwin Eki. Thank you for joining us. We begin with our top story and application filed by Maprik MP Gabriel Caprice to dismiss a petition by former member John Simon through an objection of competency was dismissed in Wewak last Friday by the courts. A full trial on the election petition challenging the Maprik open seat will commence tomorrow, Monday, the 30th of January in Wewak. A total of 40 witnesses are expected to testify. The petitioner is former Maprik MP John Simon and the respondents are sitting member Gabriel Caprice and the Electoral Commission.
Maprik open seat election petition was among the first to be filed last year after the recent elections and has now entered its trial phase this year. The first respondent made a submission through his lawyer on Thursday last week to dismiss the petition on grounds of competency. In his submission, the first respondent submitted that the petitioner had not fully met the requirements of Section 208A and Section 208D of the Organic Law on national and local level government elections. Section 208A basically outlines the standard of pleading on allegations of bribery, undue influence, errors, omission, and illegal practices committed during the election, and Section 208D outlines the witness attestation. Presiding Judge Elenas Batari, however, refused the application and dismissed it in his ruling. He ruled that the allegation and the petition pursuant to Section 208A is the matter of facts and law in issues, and as such, the petition must further go to trial. He says concerning Section 208D is a competency issue and there was no problem with witness attestation. This ruling by Judge Batari now means that a full trial will commence tomorrow, Monday, the 30th of January. Former MP and petitioner John Simon is anticipated to bring in 14 witnesses, while first respondent and sit-in member Gabriel Caprice to bring in 26 witnesses, a total of 40 witnesses to give their witness affidavits. It is understood these 40 witnesses' statements will be examined later during the week. Even though the court challenge on the election petition of the Maprik seat is ongoing, this has not affected work in the district that the member-elect for Maprik Open Electorate has started. Lindy Suharupa, National EMTV News.
Law and order issues in East New Britain province has escalated in recent years. Gazelle Open MP Jelta Wong addressed a crowd yesterday outside the Kokopon market in regards to this issue. He was accompanied by other prominent leaders of the province.
The walk against law and order issues in East New Britain was more of an awareness to the citizens of the province. Gazelle MP Jelta Wong stressed on the importance of life and that it should not be taken away through these increased criminal activities. Wong stressed on the issue at hand, saying it is everyone's problem, not for the police and members alone to address. He explained that no one will want to visit the province if these issues tarnish the reputation of the province. He urged everyone to change their way of thinking, saying respect starts at home. He concluded by giving the mandate for children to their parents, stating that those children are the government's children too. However, policies and processes have already been in place for the people to benefit from, and with the upsurge of criminal activities, law and order will be enforced strongly And for ENB to move forward, the government will need collaborative efforts from the people. Amanda Ilaitia, National MTV News.
Former Prime Minister and member for Yalibu Pangia Peter ONeill has come out clear that the cause of election-related violence falls on leaders themselves. ONeill made this known during the swearing-in of Provincial Assembly members, something he had not done for a good number of years.
Following the swearing-in of the Southern Highlands Provincial Assembly members, this is what Peter ONeill had to say when allowed by the chairman, Governor William Powie, to make a few remarks.
You may leader man to static. You may not blame him, old man, very blame me. I'm all good line. Now you may sit down here, you must take a ownership blow this la. Every step inside the community blow, you mean that province blow. You must walk one time blow, make him sure, or some sit down blow, man, Mary. Must stop all right. So some of the time, you may walk in some of the decision. Blow, walk one time, old man. Some of the time, but you got really go position. Some of the time, not brother, but you talk, no, God, just play in the right way. You can think walk in decision. No can bail out nothing. But mandate blow man Mary and 1 plus something. You must respect it.
Governor Powie, while acknowledging the former Prime Minister's statement, also expressed gratitude that ONeill has now attended the meeting.
I thank God Almighty for giving confidence and courage and simplicity of the heart for the former Prime Minister in Honorable Peter ONeill to be in presence together with us in this assembly. A great occasion for us to come out of maturity and show leadership and governance through Southern Island. So our people of Southern Islands take this as a serious matter of provincial importance, one of national importance to in here. We provide the leadership to the country.
Meanwhile, Powie's rival politicians who had gone as far as filing election petitions against him have pledged their support for him so that services and developments can be delivered without further interruptions. This is because the people have been suffering for so long as a consequence of election-related issues in the province. Florence Jonduo, National MTV News.
The Chief Executive Officer for Port Moresby General Hospital, Dr. Paki Malumi, is confident that 2023 will be a good year for them, as this will be the first year for the full implementation of their corporate plan, which was launched last year. He made this statement when addressing the staff of Port Moresby General Hospital on Friday during their dedication service program.
The implementation of the corporate plan this year will achieve the objectives of the National Health Plan and the bigger government plans in delivering quality health care to the people of this nation. The CEO urged all the staff of Port Moresby General Hospital to work according to the plan.
So we've got to show to the government that we are spending what is given to us for the right purpose. It's not about getting funds or asking for money, but we've got to spend for the right purpose. With limited resources, so I expect every one of you to participate meaningfully to the contribution of our hospital so that we can deliver a quality health service to our people.
He outlined the plan and also confirmed that for the last 2 to 3 years, they had reorganized their financial plans and are now ready for 2023 duties. Dr. Malumi confirmed that they have already done some reforms on HR and they have a new HR manager specifically to fix up HR so that staff are well taken care of.
NCD Level 5 hospital is yet. Hopefully they come on board in the next 5 years so that we can be able to offload some of that load and stress that's on us so that we can concentrate on delivering our government business or our core business of providing specialist service so that we stop Papua New Guineans going to Singapore, going to Philippines, going to Australia seeking medical service. I think that should be one of our KPIs, you know. We should measure ourselves by the number of people going overseas. Yes. If more people are going overseas seeking treatments, we are not doing enough. We are not doing what we need to do.
CEO Molumi stressed that it is important to treat the patients well. He said they have carried out a patient satisfaction survey and was positioned at 60% that the clients were not happy with the services tendered to them. He said patient satisfaction is very important and they have to give them first priority. He also encouraged the staff to always do the right thing. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
The New Ireland provincial government has passed a record 211,367,700 kina for its 2023 budget. The budget was handed down by Deputy Governor Semi Misen on Wednesday last week.
Budget for this year for the New Ireland province has seen an increase of 32.8 million kina. According to the New Ireland provincial government, the national government allocated total budget funding of 166,344,810 kina. This is an increase of 58 million kina compared to the 2022 national budget allocation. Budget listings include 86.4 million kina for recurrent grants, 78 million kina for public investment programs, and 1.6 million kina for grants to LLGs in the province. This was made known by Mr. Misen when handing down the provincial budget. Mr. Misen further said the budget allocated by the national government will go towards the province's various district support programs. The New Ireland provincial government has set its course in socio-economic growth in its provincial budget by primarily focusing on revenue generation, free primary health care, and continues to subsidize education for all its school-aged children, amongst other priority areas. The 2023 provincial budget for the New Ireland province will include all aspects of development, SME, law and order, maintenance and infrastructure. All provincial and LLG leaders were present during the handing down of the budget, except for KVN Open MP Ian Lingstaki. Deputy Governor Semi Misen is calling on every New Islander to work together for the betterment and development of the New Ireland province. Lindy Suharupa, National EMTV News.
15 pastors from Truth and Life Bible School in Port Moresby graduated today with diplomas under the United Pentecostal Church of Papua New Guinea for the Southern region.
Ravens, go on and big blood Jesus.
Graduating today with diploma in theology were 15 pastors, consisting of 8 male and 7 female who studied theology under the United Pentecostal Church of PNG. Reverend Richard Carver Jr. said the pastors are now ready after 2 years of study to go out into the world and preach the gospel.
What happens next for them? Well, it's a personal preference depending on where they feel led to in the ministry. Many of them will go back to help existing fellowships, but a lot of them will come to hopefully go to new areas of Papua New Guinea, spread the message, spread the gospel to different parts of PNG, and we'll provide ways for them to get there through our missions program and sending resources. We can actually send them into new parts of PNG, even overseas. There's a call for us as Papua New Guinea to look outside our borders, send missionaries over to other countries around us, which also has the need for evangelism and areas where they need help.
Alluding to Reverend Carver was Bishop Jonathan Mende of Central Province. He said there are also other programs available within the church for people wishing to draw closer to God.
Usari kisim certificate acknowledgement so was like continual kisim diploma emos first batch balken kam lawyer second batch na igonda blogoroka am third so lawyer diploma igolo goroka balken kisim associate degree. So I got all steps of them,
Representative from the Southern region, John Paul, said the program only started 2 years ago in Port Moresby and Goroka. He said this is the second batch of graduates who graduated today with diploma in theology.
After graduation,
and only start feeling burden. Now only feeling most burden. Now only need long establishing church, all need evangelizing all these all provinces. And only it's our rise him hand blow after graduate, after all you got knowledge to talk about, also rise him hand now.
Or something look the same God. You hear God.
The day ended with a dedication prayer.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to National MTV News. About 2.5 years ago, the member for Samarai Murua, Isi Henry Leonard, raised concerns on the standard of housing that were then being constructed for the Woodlik landowners by Australian company Geo-Pacific Resources Limited, the company responsible for developing the Woodlik Gold project. This is part of the company's relocation program from the Kulumadau village in order to mine resources found in the ground below the village to a new area in order for the mining to begin. Tonight we take a closer look at the landowners' relocation program since the concerns were raised, what the Mineral Resource Authority has done as the government regulatory institution to assist the performance of Geo-Pacific Resources Limited, the mining developer for Woodlik Mine.
Located in the Samarai Murua district, Woodlik Island is situated approximately 600 kilometers east of Port Moresby and 300 kilometers northeast of the provincial capital of Alatau. Surrounded by clear blue ocean and its white sandy beach, this tropical paradise is home to an estimated 6,000 people, or maybe even more, since the last census was conducted over 2 decades ago in 1990. In mid-2020, the Woodlik mining developer Geo-Pacific Limited was taken to task by local MP Isi Henry Leonard over the houses that were constructed under its relocation program to relocate villages from Kulumadau to Baowen, Seloka and Dikoyas to mine resources from Kulumadau. The houses initially were of poor substandard quality, which raised many eyebrows, especially that of the MP for Samarai Murua, Isi Henry Leonard, who raised the issue in the media, which resulted in the intervention by regulator Mineral Resources Authority. Earlier this month, after nearly 2.5 years since the intervention, the acting managing director of the MRA, Mr. Jerry Gary, returned to the project site and after 2 days of inspection of the houses and facilities, expressed his satisfaction and said he was very pleased and satisfied with the high quality achievements which had set the new benchmark of the entire extractive industry, including mining.
I have the privilege to come down to the island myself and to speak to the traditional landowners and see what has happened over the last 2.5 years. And I must admit that I'm very impressed with the resettlement exercise undertaken over the last 2.5 years.
The new homes that were built are much better than what was initially built. There are 4 major types of houses built for the landowners, ranging from 3 bedrooms to 5 bedrooms, which are steel structures that can last up to 50 years.
4 major types of houses built for the landowners, ranging from 3 bedroom to 5 bedroom. There are 3 bedroom standard, 3 bedroom deluxe, 4 bedrooms and 5 bedroom houses. And these are steel structures, permanent structures that will last for 50 odd years.
The MRA acting MD made reference to the height of COVID-19 pandemic when he was made aware of substandard houses built for landowners to the mainstream media and local member of parliament for Samarai Murua, Isi Henry Leonard. And as the regulator of the mining industry in the country, he had to intervene immediately and ask Geo-Pacific to stop the construction work, remove the houses, submit a revised plan, and engage the construction according to a revised plan approved by the MRA. Mr. Gary said the company responded positively to MRA, resulting in the better homes, schools, churches, and canteens that are built today.
2022, due to the financial arrangements that fell over, many of the early engineering works and construction work were suspended. And I am pleased to also say that they continue to invest in the resettlement exercise and also show strong commitment towards exploration drilling, which are ongoing and will continue this year.
The MD reiterated the need for every extractive player in the country to follow the excellent example set by Woodlik Gold Project by changing their mindsets and approaches in dealing with landowners and in a respectable manner that improved their performance in the economic, social and corporate governance space to meet the expectations of the globe.
As I've said, I'm very impressed, not only because they have built those structures, they also build solar power to the houses. They also build toilet. They also supply water tanks, and also supported the resettlement exercise by giving them allowances during the early stages until they grow their cash crops. They also transported the seedlings from one location to the other.
Geo-Pacific Resources Community Affairs Officer Mr. Bosco Lapis said the company would build a total of 223 houses, of which they had completed over 100 where impacted landowners have moved in. He said they were yet to complete 83 houses, of which 23 or 90% complete.
The current one we have here is a 3-bedroom standard that is on offer. It comes together with a package. We also supply water tanks that is up to 2,000 liters in capacity. A toilet, outdoor toilet, pit toilet in fact, and outdoor showers. We also have a kitchen. The futures here will vary from the other locations that we will view. As per his wishes, we were not able to put cement under his kitchen. He wanted the cement to go under his house, so you see that there's walling under his house. That's where the slab is, but the slab is supposed to come under the kitchen.
Mr. Lapis said the time frame for the completion of the remaining houses would depend on logistical and financial situation going forward. However, he said the project is a priority for the company and that the company would ensure that all houses were delivered. The residential houses generally feature 3 to 5 bedrooms, steel frames and other materials built to last long. Other facilities that are being constructed, such as classrooms, clinics, churches, standalone toilets and trade stores, also feature similar properties. The relocation includes trade stores, houses, churches and schools, and impacted landowner groups including the Landowners Association. Women, youth and church representatives also expressed satisfaction on the relocation to the new home. Linda Sifon, a woman's representative, spoke on the United Church building that is currently being built.
Nowadays it's to be very hard because like we used to, especially the women's fellowship, like we used to walk from the new Relocation back to the old church. But sometimes company used to help us go down and pick us come back. But normally we used to walk.
John Jacks also relocated to the new location. He has recently added a trade store under his new home.
Yes, of course we are all happy about the buildings erected by this project. And we all enjoy to live in the type of building now we are on it, and especially the youths, it's difficult for us to let's say live together with our parents on the same building, but there's no choice that now some of us we are very fortunate enough to have our new built house.
The younger generation of youth on Woodlik Island are happy to be moving to a new location. Evans, a youth who was relocated with his family, said the young people are happy to be in a new home and area. The man who has been vocal on this issue since he raised it 2 years ago is the Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture and Samarai Murua MP, E.C. Henry Leonard. He has admitted that he has not been on ground in the past 2 years, but hears that work has progressed. Mr. Leonard revealed that the relocation exercise taking place must be done fully so that the daily lives of the people are not interrupted.
Going back yet, I am aware that people have ordered the company to build their homes wherever they wish. But that must stop. Why? Because when the man leaves, when the man pack up and leave, there's no one around to deliver services. The only person who will be around will be the LLGs and also the DDA.
The MP raised concerns regarding water tanks and said proper planning must be done before any work can begin at the mine site.
That we need proper physical plan. We need a proper physical plan because we are relocating people out from where they were. For so many years, they have been living there since time immemorial. Since their ancestors, they've been living at that particular location. And we are now shifting, moving them away from where the original homes were into a new location where it's not a village.
The local MP called on the people of Woodlik to work together as one and resolve the issues before he can deliver funds.
I'd like to state here that in my budget, I said I will give them $1 million to support the landowners of Woodlik to start up the landowner business company. So the district will provide $1 million. But my message to my people on Woodlik is that they need to resolve the issue. They're actually divided right now. From what I've heard, they're divided. So there are two landowner groups. One is for the pit landowner, and one is the general, what we call Woodlik landowners in that mine issue.
The minister was thankful for the work of MRA, but highlighted that relocation must be done and it's taken a long time. He thanked MRA for the continued efforts and revealed that an MOA pertaining to the mine was not signed by the district DDA and it has been deferred.
Truly grateful that MRA continued to visit and to see exactly what is happening on the ground. And I also thank the company for attending to what I raised. But they need to step up and complete the relocation exercise immediately before we go to a mining operation. But for time being, we have actually deferred the signing until all these issues are addressed by the company as well as the government through MRA and also the land.
The Woodlik Gold Project is an open mine pit being developed in Woodlik Island in the Milne Bay province of Papua New Guinea. Environmental approval for the gold project was granted in 2014 and the definitive feasibility study was completed in November 2018. The project is expected to produce 967,117 ounces of gold over its mine life over 13 years, while the average production during the first 5 years is estimated to be 104,000 ounces of gold. Woodlik Mining Limited is the owner and developer of the project. Geo-Pacific holds a 93% economic interest in WML, which includes a direct interest of 51% and a 42% interest through Kula Gold, in which the company holds an 85% stake.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to National EMTV News. The Ayamontina Technical Vocational Training Center at Kainantu in Eastern Highlands Province is seeking funds from the district administrator and the provincial government in order to run the school. The school principal, Jacob Mamasi, said this vocational school was established in 2018, giving second chance to youths who could not make it through the formal education system. However, more than 100 youths are yet to graduate after completing their training due to lack of funding.
The Ayamontina Technical Vocational Training Center aims to cater for unfortunate youths, especially the grade 8, 10 and 12 dropouts, to learn the basics of agriculture. The director and principal for Ayamontina Training Center, Jacob Mamasi, said most of the law and order issues in the province are caused by the youths. Therefore, their target is to take more youths to be involved in agriculture.
Tivet mi play can teach more best in salon agriculture, so mi play can sarin pigini ko back long kama good man na merin salon plus long and or emas kama po se one play businessman, emas kama po se one play good man in salon community. Emi can run in farm, emi can kama businessman. So agriculture, emi looking mo se mi got plenty all good plus planting emi start in salon agriculture, lo changing life long all young man na merin salon community.
The chairman of this vocational center, Bura Tamo, confirmed that they don't have proper infrastructures to run the school. He said they are in the process of seeking funds from donor agencies and government to continue on training more youths as the government is placing emphasis on agriculture in the country.
People like just seeking funds na puti gon sa lo school lo kirap more buildings, house lo teachers, school classroom na fencing lo school area blo mipla.
Estagane, National EMTV News.
The villagers who received education services from Watabung Primary School in the Daulo district of Eastern Highlands Province have been urged by the local member Ekime Gorosahu to take ownership of the properties and valuable assets belonging to the school. This comes after the member announced on Friday that the school will now be converted to Watabung Day Junior High School in front of 4,000 plus people gathered to witness the opening of a new double classroom. The local member Gorosahu opened a new double classroom funded by the provincial government at the cost of 1.2 million kina through Public Support Investment Program or PSIP grants. He also committed 120,000 kina towards Watabung Day High School Board and Administration. Mr. Gorosahu added that human resources development is important and priority will be given to education to provide necessary support. The announcement of converting the primary school to junior high school is timely as the 2023 academic year commences tomorrow. And moving to overseas news now, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced a series of retaliatory steps, including plans to strengthen Jewish settlements in the West Bank.
Well, there's still a great deal of grief and anger across this part of the Middle East following what has been a horrific week that saw 9 Palestinians killed and 7 people killed here in Jerusalem after a shooting near a synagogue. Now that Shabbat has ended, the day of rest for Jews has ended here in Jerusalem, people have attended that synagogue in the settlement of Neve Yaakov. They have come out to express solidarity and also to talk about their anger and, as I mentioned, ongoing grief. We spoke to a number of people there who said that they're incredibly upset, that they want the Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, to take swift and immediate action. They've also expressed fear and uncertainty about the future. They've sung songs, Jewish prayers, and they've lit candles to try to remember those who were killed.
Of course we're scared. Everyone is scared because it was us today morning was another terror attack in the old city.
My family lives here. My daughters lives here. They have dogs. So yesterday I was very afraid for them, and I was today with a panic attack. I very angry about the Netanyahu, Ben-Gvir, and all the how do you say, the very bad people. They are not good for Israel. They are extremists.
Our response will be strong, swift, and precise. We have already carried out extensive arrests of terrorist supporters, aides, and instigators. This process already started yesterday and is still in progress.
The Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, has also called on people here to not react with violence, to not take this situation into their own hands, pointing to Israeli potential vigilantes, saying that is not the situation that he wants to see. He has urged a sense of calm, saying that there are specialist military and police forces that will deal with this situation going forward.
The Memphis Police Department has disbanded the special unit whose officers were involved in the arrest and fatal beating of Tyree Nichols.
People have been coming to this suburban part of Memphis all day. This would normally be a pretty quiet street, but they've been arriving with flowers and with stuffed toys. We've seen people coming together to pray and to pay tribute to Tyree Nichols, a 29-year-old black man who died several days after being beaten by police officers. Footage released by Memphis police last night, local time, showed Mr. Nichols in this spot just behind me being punched and kicked and struck with a baton by a number of police officers. 5 former officers, also black men, have since been fired and they've been charged with second-degree murder. But a lot of people here are arguing that there are still many questions that haven't yet been answered. Why, for example, was Mr. Nichols pulled over by police in the first place?
I was actually on my way to the store and I just took a detour over here. It was like a minute detour, and pulling up, I just was unnerved, very antsy. My anxiety was really high. I just wanted to break down as I was driving over here, because just to watch the video and to think what was going through his mind, it was piercing my spirit.
A number of cities across the US, including Memphis, were bracing for potentially very large protests overnight. In the wake of that footage being released, there were a number of arrests in New York City, but for the most part, those demonstrations were peaceful.
National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Rugby Sports.
Welcome to Rugby Sports. We begin with cricket. The indoor cricket corporate competition completed its round 11 matches today at the Amini Park. Competition manager for indoor cricket highlighted that the tournament witnessed 17 matches competed today.
The teams currently dominating the indoor corporate cricket competition for its respective divisions was highlighted by competition manager Albert Killer today.
Men's Avala, BSP Crickets, BSP leading the Men's Avala pool from the Lara Men's Parliament is leading the pool. From the mix we have Aburigo mixed pool. Avis is leading that pool, and we have mixed Mirigini pool. We have Parliament leading the pool.
Killer further elaborated on the number of rounds remaining for all the divisions before the competition enters its finals fixtures.
The tournament is halfway through now, so we are at round 11. So there's about 37 corporate companies taking part. We have 4 pools, 2 mixed pools and 2 men's pools. So 14 teams in each pool. That's for men's, and 17 teams in mixed teams.
For this season's competition, several newly introduced corporate houses have joined the competition. The tournament is aimed at keeping employees of participating corporate bodies fit and healthy, and to also provide a networking platform where they can interact and socialize. Lisa Puni, Rugby Sports.
In Rugby League, the White House Sisters Rugby League team competing in the ONeill off-season league competition has had 12 straight wins undefeated. The team led by coach Raymond Michael said he is looking forward to taking the team to the grand final.
Since the start of the ONeill off-season Rugby League, one of the most outstanding team of all in the competition is an all-female team, the White House Sisters, who have maintained their off-season win throughout the entire tournament. They have dominated the competition, defeating every single team that they have played against in the female division. They have won 12 consecutive matches. Coach Raymond Michael said it goes to show just how committed the girls have been with their training and how disciplined they are.
Start from season, start coming up now, I'm 12 rounds. I'm straight win, me walking. White House sisters. So me now look forward to minor premier national. Go through the next finals game with me the next week.
He said they are fortunate to have the presence of former PNG Orchids, Joan Kuman, in the team, who has supported the team immensely in their performance.
I'm a small girls for me, pushing my through. Winning 12 in a row season. Me look forward to me trust small girls for me all but winning this year grand final Hola League. Me trust small girls. Me got faith to all but winning grand final too.
After their win on Friday last week, they have claimed the minor premiership in the women's division and are awaiting presentation.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome back to Trukai Sports. The only other female team registered to play in the NCD Governors Cup, the Kambuko Crushers, have been in training for almost 2 months now. Coach Raymond Michael said the team has been training at Murray Barracks in preparation for their curtain raiser match during the NCD Governors Cup Grand Final round.
Currently in training for the NCD Governors Cup curtain raiser match at Murray Barracks are the Kambuko Crushers under coach Raymond Michael. The team is trained and coached by a successful and winning coach Raymond Michael and have been hard at training for 2 months.
Side blow Governors Cup and me just stand by to solo play next week. Long curtain raiser against all Venoms, all sisters next week. So me look forward to me ready me play through the playlist la Governors Cup next week play against more opponent Venoms all girls.
He said the aim is to win the NCD Governors Cup tournament, the curtain raiser match against their opponent Venom.
Training me start after 2 months time go finish so me ready to solo. From Tuesday we start making some illegal ball drills and illegal training art. Wednesday, Thursday, we go through all illegal polishima ball drills and kind of illegal something.
Coach Michael said the NCD Governors Cup tournament has been used by the team as a lead-up competition to the Port Moresby Rugby League competition, which is a sanctioned event.
In overseas sports, the Perth Scorchers will host the final of the Big Bash League after beating the Sydney Sixers by 7 wickets.
8 for 151 from their 20 overs. In reply, the Scorchers hit the winning runs in the 19th over, with Ashton Turner unbeaten on 84. The Sixers have a second chance to progress to next Saturday's final when they take on either the Melbourne Renegades or the Brisbane Heat on Thursday.
There's only one way to play in these conditions, and we spend a lot of time behind the scenes practicing positive cricket and looking to hit boundaries, looking to use the dimensions of this ground and run hard when we have to. And I guess in T20 cricket there's not much time to waste. The game can pass you by pretty quickly if you're in a negative frame of mind, and we know that all year we've spoken so much about being positive, and we know that more often than not that approach will get us over the line.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
Weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern region, Port Moresby, some showers with thunderstorm, then cloudy periods. Daru partly cloudy with a shower or two. Kerema And Alatau, mostly cloudy with some showers. Popondetta, showers easing, then partly cloudy. In the Momase region, Lae, Medang and Wewak, mostly fine. Vanimo, partly cloudy with few showers. In the New Guinea Islands region, all centres mostly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorm. In the Highlands region, all centres partly cloudy with brief showers, then morning fog.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 29th of January 2023. From the entire news team, pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.